Welcome back to the Four Horsemen. This is Tom from Spork Syndicate. Let's have some fun. Together with Andrew from Maple Leaf Customs, Paul from Diecast Graveyard, and Skip from Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop, we are the Four Horsemen. Our March theme is Scouting, and we welcome Jeremy Ansley as our guest horseman. My build will center on a pair of Hot Wheels Deora IIIs. This is also part of my redemption of this casting, which languishes on pegs with loads of potential. The Deora, one of the original Sweet 16. The Deora II was a really strong sequel. But the Deora III has no engine, legroom, and most importantly, no windshield. But the lines are really sharp. I pick a few up every time I was out hunting and have several works in progress. Well, experiments to realize the potential of this vanish thing. But for this build, I have some ideas, even some related to scouting, but my main focus is to try to find a solution for the lack of a windshield. I've drilled the posts. The Deora III has an asymmetrical body, an open bed with a bike and a couple of surfboards, and a cockpit without a steering wheel. I'm using two because I want to extend the bed and combine it with this flatbed on which my scout-related item will rest. I drop the two castings into Citrus Strip Paint Stripper to get started. Now that the paint is gone, I've found my new direction. One Deora will be the trailer for the other. Gone is the flatbed. On is a stylish trailer. The trailer needs a few things trimmed: the cabin spoiler, dashboard, and the rear fender flares. I've evened out the sides of the Deora III a few times before. My method is to use a piece of metal and two custom-cut wedges of styrene plastic. I replace the bike and surfboards with a V10 engine in the bed. A trim of the sideboards fits the exhaust pipes as though they belonged there. To complete the look, I extended the cab beyond the simple backwards spoiler. A convenience store near me has these curious wood coffee stirrers that are the perfect size for wood planks. So far, no one there has stopped me when I stuff my pockets with a few dozen on each visit. These stirrers made a perfect bunch of planks for the trailer, because none of the Deoras are utility vehicles, and this will maintain the artistic spirit. But there needs to be some utility, which is why I harvested this Matchbox trailer for the hitch and arms. Seems like it'll fit from the get-go. The ride height matches the vehicle towing it, which is a happy accident. Time for some putty. A lot of putty. I'm using this disc as a skeleton for the cargo, a Girl Scouts Thin Mint cookie. And I had enough putty left over to close the gaps on the truck and trailer. It's really coming together. Took the putty a little more than a day to dry, leaving me with a mint that wasn't quite thin enough. Strange enough, there is actually a pattern to those little holes on top of the cookie. A few weeks back, I made a template to create a Deora III window. And this was its trial run. First time through, I discovered that the reverse of the cast would work better. And necessity once again became the mother of invention. This time, I used bent tin and vacuum sealed the template upside down. You have no idea what a big deal this was for me. I now have a way to create windshields for Deora IIIs. The trailer hitch is a piece of paperclip nestled inside of an aluminum tube mounted on the base. Because of the impracticality of the interior, I blacked out the windshield from the inside. Just a little detail paint for the tanks and taillights. And decals, including the name of this towing duet, the Thin Mint Express. Once again, I've created something that doesn't fit in a standard die-cast car case. But that's just who I am. Even though I didn't get the chance to pick up Girl Scout cookies this year, I had fun with this build. Speaking of fun, next month's build theme is Mopar, Dodge, Plymouth, Chrysler, Performance, Loud and Proud. And we welcome Cole from Kuda's Diecast Customs as our guest horseman. We encourage you to check out the other 4 Horsemen builds, not just my fellow horsemen, Diecast Graveyard, Maple Leaf Customs, and Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop, but the work of those across the Diecast customizing community. 4 Horsemen builds are open to all, and if you participate, we'd like to showcase your build in our recap videos. Send a high-resolution, widescreen glamour shot, preferably on a white background, to 4horsemendiecast@gmail.com on the due date to be included. Be sure to use the hashtag 4horsemendiecast so it's easier to find your work. For the 4 Horsemen, this is Tom. See you again real soon.